Hey, Side Stories listeners, this is Henry Zabrowski. You may recognize me. I'm the host of this podcast along with the other fucking monster, Ben Kissel. And I'm here to tell you about Trollville, a new series brought to you and created by me, Natalie Jean, and Sina Ghaznavi. This show is about what happens when you take an internet troll and you watch his online behavior slip into his real life and see how does that change him. Is he ready to join society? We've made this project with a lot of love on our own dime. I'm really hoping you guys will enjoy it. It's $1.99 per episode and $5 for the entire series. It's over 50 minutes of my body jiggling back and forth. We're really, really proud of it, and we hope you guys can check it out. It's on Vimeo. The URL is vimeo.com/on-demand/Trollville. Again, that's vimeo.com/on-demand/Trollville, which is troll as in pieces of troll, and Ville, V-I-L-L-E. Please check it out. I think it's a fucking masterpiece for my sweet slippery fingers. Hail Satan. And now, time for Side Stories.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
From your glade.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
How does it feel to be in my hotel room?
It feels different because you are laying on your bed staring at me in very short shorts and
This
I'm
is
going to
how-
say slightly uncomfortable.
This is how I've always wanted to do the podcast.
Yeah.
This is it. This is so much better. We're on the road. We're doing this from Dallas, Tejas. I'm sitting here on my sweat-filled workout gear on top of my bed that is filled with my skin flecks, and I'm certain a couple of stray sperms.
Oh, I'm sure of that. All right, everyone. This is Side Stories. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are live from Dallas, Texas, recording from Henry's hotel room. And I got to say, it looks like you've been lonely.
Hey, man.
So that's good.
You're never lonely when you got your hands and you have your penis. Actually, it's the opposite. You're incredibly lonely.
Yes.
But you know what I did last night was really nice. So we went out on the town.
Okay,
we
sure.
were over in it seemed to be, I think it's Deep Ellum.
Deep Ellum. It was beautiful, man. A lot of actual country bars. People were super sweet. Great music.
Great music. People seemed to immediately peg that we were out of town. We were from out of town.
Yeah.
I think it's got something to do with my sashaying ways and my hip urbane manner.
Yeah, and you screaming at the government or about the government.
Well, you were the one who put beer in me, and then you were the one who wanted to watch your precious fucking, whatever the shadow
It was
play.
an
that
election. It was an election.
Shadow plays. Shadows upon shadows. And who are the ones making the shadows? Who are the ones controlling the puppets?
Okay,
That's my
so now
question.
you know why they were looking at us like we were a little bit out of towners, because they were all wearing their Beto shirts and they were happy. Well, not that happy towards the end, but then you were just like, what's going on? What's happening? And then we had to go outside the bar and drink there.
We did go outside
Yeah.
the bar because, well, you know, whatever. It was a lot of extenuating circumstances,
Yes.
but I will also say that I attempted to join onto your parade, into your whatever that the systems of chicaneries.
It's an
that
election.
is. Exactly. The farce.
Well, anyway, it was a wonderful time in Dallas, and we're really excited for our show tonight. We also had an awesome time in Washington, D.C., and speaking of politics, which we won't really do too much in depth on this show, but Henry was able to flip off a motorcade. I'm not sure if Trump was in that motorcade.
I'll tell you what, though, whoever it was, I made the Secret Service guy that was in the driver's side seat made eye contact with me as I was going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And it was great. It's just good to exercise my rights as an American.
Absolutely.
But Dallas, I mean, we went out there, we drank quite a bit, and then when I came back to the hotel room, I had a really nice time where I sat because it was fucking awesome. It's an LAX. Now you can just bring weed wherever you want.
Oh, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, so I don't have to scrounge for it anymore. It's
Really?
wonderful. I can just bring it with me. And I fucking smoked a crooked, snappy stick to my fucking charred lips.
See, you do this, and I don't know how you always get away with it, because when we were checking in, the woman looked at me right in the eye. I don't even know why she pegged me as someone who might smoke, and she's like, if you smoke, it's a $350 fine. And then I said, oh, that's an expensive cigarette. And then, but I
Silence.
Silence. To silence, yeah.
Silence.
To silence. But I mean, you just always get away with it. You smoke so much freaking weed in these hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And there's just families next door.
Weed goes away. Weed goes away. Weed doesn't have a long memory. Look at me. Look at how I can't remember basic facts.
That's
because
not
of
weed,
figures.
that's your brain.
I'm dying. But I think it's the booze that's making me stupider.
I understand that.
It's somewhere between the two of them.
Yeah, I think it's a 1-2 punch.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I am not as fast as I used to be,
No.
even when we started this podcast.
Right. This podcast is the one that we're currently recording.
Yeah, 3 minutes ago. Yes.
Right.
I started last night. Smoked a whole fucking oars load.
Okay.
Of horse to my dome.
Good.
And I sat here and I listened to all of Black Star finally by David Bowie.
Oh,
I sat and
okay.
I pulled up all the lyrics and stuff, and man, I just went into fucking space.
No kidding.
I saw David Bowie. I saw his cancer-ridden skeleton.
Oh.
And he's still dancing up there.
Is he really?
He's still dancing full carefree. Him and Freddie Mercury sucking each other's dicks, and then he reaches over and he's got Marilyn Monroe's head in the other hand.
Oh my god.
It's great for him up there.
That's wild. Oh, crackling bones up there.
But Lazarus is a beautiful song, and then it's definitely a wonderful tribute to his own death, and I hope to do the same.
And it came out on his birthday. Didn't he die on his birthday?
I don't
It
remember.
was something like that. David Bowie planned it out way
That's
too
a good
perfect.
question. I'm going to look it up on this
It's
thing.
pretty incredible.
David Bowie, death, day.
Anyway, yes, check. I'm pretty sure he died on his birthday.
January 10th. He was born 2 days. It was 2 days after.
That's crazy.
This is great.
That's classic Bowie.
This is great radio.
It is wonderful. All right.
Duncan Jones. No, his first name was Davy Jones. Birth name.
His father's
was
Davy Jones.
He had to change it because of the monkeys.
Yeah, thank God he changed it.
Girl.
Isn't that amazing? It is incredible.
Have you done to me? You remember that from the?
Of course, I know the Monkees. They're great. They were my favorite fake band.
Really?
Yeah, why not? They're fun.
Name a couple other songs. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to put the spotlight on you.
You want to do monkey songs? Wouldn't it be nice to hang out sometimes?
Nope.
Little guy, big gal.
No.
Let's
Name another
see.
member of the Monkees.
Bubbles, the monkey.
No, what's the
Was
name
there
of
an actual
one's a
mon-
cartoon mouse. It's. I'll give you a hint. Cartoon mouse. Cartoon mouse. If he
David
wa-
Cassidy.
Nope.
That's Parker.
Partridge Family. Cartoon mouse. If he was a coach of a football team.
Cartoon mouse. If he was Mickey. Lambo.
Nope.
No. Mickey.
Nope. Yes, it is Mickey.
Okay, Mickey.
Yep.
Then football coach.
Dolan.
Landry.
Mickey Dolan.
Mickey Dolan. There's no football coach named Dolan.
But it sounds
You
like
should
it
have
would
said
be a
owner of
coach.
the New York Knicks.
What? How the fuck am I supposed to
Because
know?
that's the
owner of
last name. If you want to have a sports reference, that would be the sports reference.
What?
That's the last name of the owner of the New York Knicks.
Seriously?
Michael Dolan. He's horrible.
Dolan.
And it's also the bishop. It's also the frickin' archbishop or whatever out in New York, Timothy Dolan, who, by the way, is about to go down hired in a series of sex scandals.
The only way I would like to see him is fucking hung in a town square. I want to see them feet tip-tap in the clouds.
Ugh, they're all disgusting. He showed up at that
Piece of
frickin'
shit.
stupid ass. What was that? Ben? He went to some festival.
No, he gave
went to
a
the Met
hat
Gala.
to the Met Gala. He
No, he
gave a
went
hat.
to it.
No, did he go
He
to it?
literally went to it.
I fucking
And he
hate
was
all that
covered
fucking
in-
horse shit. Them all dressed like popes and priests and shit. They go suck my dick.
He was literally covered in jewels, and it was anyway. All right. Well, we got a couple of fun news stories.
We do.
Should we start? Do you want to do this one where this dog? It was a bulldog, and it was named Biggie Smalls.
That's cute.
And it was super cute.
That's really cute.
And according to the friend of the person, we'll get into what happened here in a second. But according to a friend of the bulldog, who was a person,
Friend of the bulldog.
yes, they said that the bulldog was extremely sweet, really kind,
Great.
never hurt a fly.
So why are we talking about this? Why
Well-
is this is just a testimony about a wonderful bulldog?
I wish it was, but no, what happened was its owner, this 22-year-old guy who refuses to give his name, he wants to remain anonymous.
I wonder why.
Because he smeared peanut butter all over his balls, and then the dog ate his balls.
Okay.
And then he's in a coma now. So,
Well, he doesn't so much refuse to give his own name. It's his family who is deeply embarrassed.
yeah.
About what
So
happened.
this is according to the police, which you can imagine. Like they got some real crimes to solve, and then they got this one. And
Case of the missing balls. I gotta go to here. Let's carve open the belly of this cute little dog.
Oh,
so what happened? Okay,
So the guy says, so this is according to the police. He says the man applied peanut butter or another food spread to his crotch.
applied. I like the term applied,
Yeah.
like it was a doctor, like he carefully dolloped it.
Yeah, he's not just drunkenly splattered and smothered peanut butter all over his balls. So in the moments before he was attacked, the victim was rushed to the Edinburgh Royal Infirmary. but
Scottish.
Yes, it's Scottish, but his genitals could not be reattached after the mauling
These
dog.
wolves, hey, come here, come closer. Come closer. My wife fell into the bog. She can't be sick anymore because she's getting ate by the octopus.
God, the Scottish are wonderful people.
Honestly, very creative. So, okay, but what happened to the dog? So he chewed his balls off while he was trying to fucking make cunnilingus. He was trying to make the dog make cunnilingus on himself, his own dog.
I guess so. I don't know if he was enticing the dog to come after him.
Of course he did. That's what that is.
I know.
That's
I don't.
what's putting the peanut butter
And what
on
I'm
it.
going to say is this is not the dog's fault. The dog was just following orders, technically. So what happened
you
was
can't put the banality of evil on the dog.
Biggie Smalls, this cute little pup, he was found covered in blood, and then he was restrained and he was taken to multiple kennels, and then later he was put to sleep. And a spokesperson for the police said the owner of the dog, which is believed to have been involved, has voluntarily signed documentation consenting to the destruction of the animal.
Of course he did, because
You did it!
Because
But
he's
he-
in the hospital bed. First
he
of all, he's
did
like,
it.
Kill that fucker. He ate me nuts. Kill that motherfucker.
You
Kill
know
that
what-
fucking monster.
You know what's going to happen. You put peanut butter around a dog, they are going to consume anything that is on that peanut butter that peanut butter is on. They love. I don't know why dogs love peanut butter, but I do love. I mean, I get it, but
because we love peanut butter because it's delicious.
a friend described Biggie as an absolute angel. An absolute angel.
Absolute.
But
and
so
then,
literally,
you know what they took out? Because they do the spelling things when they put the brackets in to leave things out. It says absolute, and they took out testicle munching angel.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Biggie was such a great dog. His friend was like, yeah,
he's a great
screw
dog.
my friend who lost his balls. Biggie was great. The guy, he literally says, the dog is an absolute angel. I was happy to be around him. He gets a bit freaked out by noise, but he loves having his belly rubbed. And now he's dead because this person put peanut butter on his balls. What do you think is going to happen?
Okay, I got a couple of things here that may be controversial. I'm not really sure. But there's a couple of things that I'd immediately take issue with. Number one, as a fellow dog owner, I am not attracted to animals in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But I do feel
This
like
guy's
there's...
molesting the dog.
Yes, I do feel it's strange, number one, to have it be done by your own dog. Even though you do have a sense of trust with the animal because you love this animal.
Yeah.
And you put the peanut butter, because I'm sure he probably tested it with his fingers, right? Where he probably put peanut butter in his fingers and he was like, oh, well, it's a funny little lick lady. That's kind
sure.
of
Well,
fun. I can feel what it's like going down there. I'm Australian. But I can
Yeah,
feel
apparently
like,
he's Australian.
But you can go
that's
like...
just feeding your dog. You can feed your dog off of your hand.
But at some point, he, in some Scottish whim... he covered his dick in balls.
the scariest kind of whim is a Scottish whim.
He's like, all right, I see what he does with it. Oh, I got the chunky corn, get stuck in my hands. Right?
Yeah, is it chunky or smooth peanut butter?
I would
They
say you
didn't-
go
they didn't
for
clarify.
smooth, but
Yeah.
I don't want to help you if you want to do this.
I mean, the balls add the chunk. I don't think you need the chunk.
I don't think so. But it takes a lot. Okay. How do you do this? Oral sex sometimes can involve even the tiniest bit of teeth, right? Even just like
Sure.
even like a little bit of a touch, a little bit, no matter
It
how
should never
careful you
involve
are.
peanut butter.
It could,
I guess.
but again, but then I could see how, because the build of it, the Scottish dude's laying back, being like, "Give it, all right, give it, here, big A, give it, like I teach you," and then all of a sudden you get the, and he's like, "All right, yeah, it's great."
This man-
that's what I'm talking about. And then, but my question is, you feel it didn't just go like, oh. Like, this is not like, it takes a second. It takes a second.
Yeah.
I imagine you must have felt a little bit of a,
Well,
so you're getting toothy there.
So
you
this
get a
is-
bit toothy.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull back that big A.
Well, you know how bulldogs are. So this is an old English bulldog, and they are actually known for their power in their jaws.
Power in their jaws.
They really are.
But
So
feel
I
like
think what happened was
it's
it
just-
clamped down, and the guy was like,
my
"Oh no!" And
Oh.
then it was
This is
done.
a right miss. This is a right. Is a right miss.
Yeah, and because the old bulldogs, they descended from breeds used for bull baiting, which I don't know what bull baiting is.
Bull baiting is an old medieval sport that people go watch, where you have a bear or a bull be attacked by many dogs, and people would pay money to see either the bear or whatever it is, the animal kill all the dogs, or have the dogs kill the animal.
Okay, so this is the thing about this guy. Rumors swirled around this town, and you can imagine in Scotland, this is a hot bar story. anywhere in the world.
Yeah, because
This
the
is a
first thing would be like, yeah, it's like, oh, you want a beer? And it's just like, oh, yeah, it's great. It's, yeah, let's have some beers. And it's like, well, Danny got his fucking nuts bit off by that fucking Mickey dog. Yeah, he did it.
That's a perfect bar story. So
First thing, you don't have to fucking warm anybody up.
No, not at all. So rumors swirled around the town that the injured man had been held down during the attack.
By who?
However, it is now believed he was alone.
Of course
with
he was.
Biggie at the time. So he just did this. He lost his own balls.
Yes.
You got to know what you're around. It's still a dog.
Unfortunately, the dog does have to be put down. Because
It's
now
already
got a taste
dead.
for blood.
But
you have to because it got a
you
taste
don't.
for blood.
No, it has a taste for peanut butter.
No, it's got a taste of peanut butter mixed with nut blood.
Honestly, there's not a lot. I don't think there would have been. Well, there was probably some
a great
blood.
deal of blood coming out
Yeah,
of
but
that.
nonetheless, I think you got to find a home for that dog and just no peanut butter around.
Or at least just women.
What?
Only
yeah.
women there because
Yeah,
the
women,
thing
you
is,
never hear
Julie,
stories about women doing this. Well,
They
I don't
do.
know, have we?
I've seen screen grabs. I've seen
some
screen grabs
documentation,
of stuff that could be construed as that. And
Yeah.
it could have started. It could go to that. I
Yeah,
guess,
never mind. We
as
don't
long
even
as
have to-
you know.
I just wonder why he didn't why didn't he escalate it? Why didn't he start from the fingers, then go smear it on some haggis?
Oh, just understand that the big old even that's
Yeah.
not going to feel good.
He would have seen that the
I think it
dog
was a
would have
joke.
death rattled the haggis covered with peanut butter.
No,
Wait a second.
Travis, he's
Kissel
not-
just said he thought it was a joke.
I get you. I guarantee
What
you this.
joke
guy-
is this?
This is
For
the
whose
joke
benefit?
where the dog licks peanut butter off your balls and you laugh.
who?
I don't know because no one else was there.
This wasn't a joke.
No, he was trying to come.
Oh my! Honestly, the guy. They should. I don't want to say it, but maybe the dog should be alive, and maybe the guy needs to be put down.
This is
Whoa.
a story growing up on a military base. This is the story you hear from a lot of shitty 19-year-old soldiers. It's this is something that happens.
Why? Did
Well,
they
thank you
do
for your
this?
service. If you're in the military, you can do this 3 times.
Yeah, if you're in the military,
That's
do
fine.
whatever you
You're
want. You
putting
already
your
went
life
through
on the-
basic.
The only
right.
the only people I've ever heard of doing this is a 19-year-old soldier.
Who's just alone in a barracks. But I would also
Is that
say,
right, Travis?
Yeah.
but when you get the sucking
This
hose,
is some lonely barracks stuff.
I honestly
can
feel
also
safe.
see-
I feel safer.
when you put the dick in a vacuum, I've seen that. That's also bad.
Yeah, but at least the vacuum's an inanimate object.
I just don't understand. I've never been in any sort of sexual situation where I would say, being like, suck it so hard it hurts.
I
me.
just- I don't-
want
I
it to.
think-
I want to bust the veins in my penis.
We can assume the guy was hammered. We're talking Scotland here.
I'm
I'm going to say
assuming
the
he's
guy was hammered. I think he was just trying to be funny, and then he just didn't realize the
No.
dog doesn't get this joke.
No, he was just lonely. He was just lonely, and he just didn't want to jerk off.
Honestly,
you don't want to
dude,
jerk off so much.
It's like a. It's. I'm not even going to go down this road, but it's an old English bulldog. If you're into it, it's.
So you're
Come
saying
on.
if he had a young pert dog, you'd
I know, I'm
understand
just
a
saying
little bit more.
it's an English bulldog. It's not exactly if you're going to be. I'm not going down the road. I'm just saying if you had to choose. I mean, it's not.
So you
It's
think
not a poodle.
This
you know?
stodgy old dog doesn't get what's happening.
All right, let's move on. The man is going to be in a coma for a long time, and he's going to be ballless forever.
Otherwise, when he wakes up, he's going to be real fucking surprised.
Yeah, and he's going to be the laughing stock of the town.
Killed my dog. That was the best dog you could hit.
Oh my God! No, this man should never be allowed to buy peanut butter again.
Okay, so I'm going to go to a story that has been sent to me again and again, but obviously it's very, very important. It's very interesting. It's
Okay.
a story about the discovery of an object in 2017 that passed through our solar system that they named OUMUAMUA, which means a messenger that reaches out from the distant past in Hawaiian, which is that's a lot. 'Cause
Very cool.
I believe Keanu means something like winds over mountains that blow into Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 3. I'm not actually sure, but it's a long thing.
I gotta say, Keanu Reeves is my favorite celebrity as a person. He suffers from depression. He talks about it, and he rides the subway in New York, and it bothers me when people take pictures of him. Leave Keanu alone.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
I do agree with that.
I love
so
him.
this object went through our solar system.
Mm-hmm.
It was discovered in October 2017 by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii. And since its discovery, scientists have been at odds to try to explain its unusual features. It looks like a big flying Duke. Like
well,
a
they say
mountain
cigar. They say
cigar.
Yes, but you're right. It also kind of looks like a flying duke.
It does.
Yes.
But it looks like it is 10 times as long as it is wide. They first called it a comet, and
Right.
then they said it was an asteroid. because they didn't know what it was, and then they started, basically, because they didn't know what it was, they created a new class called interstellar object. And they basically, kind of what they said was that they believe it was, the one scientist described it as just a piece from another solar system that is flung through our solar system, right? So it's like a dingleberry, to use another.
Okay, so it's a dingle, so it's a
I'm
Duke?
teaching. This is me, because you know what it is about hard materials, that you have to figure out how to reach the kids.
Well, how big would the Duke have to be if that's one of the dingleberries?
Think about that. Isn't that mind-blowing?
Yeah, that is mind-blowing.
But what they're saying, a new paper by researchers at the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics.
Okay.
They are saying that the elongated, they believe it was dark red colored. They believe
not a healthy Duke. If it is,
no, that means you've been eating beets.
Yeah, you gotta go to the doctor.
And you remember, how many times I've eaten beets and I've forgotten, and I wake up thinking, I have ass cancer. This is my new bit. I'm going to be doing this in stand up very soon.
Great.
But they believe it might have an artificial origin, and what they believe is they think that it may be an operational probe sent intentionally towards us. And the reason why they see this, and basically what they're saying is, it's not that they're. Again, it's always this. They always have the hint, and then the headlines of their articles always say, like, this Harvard scientist find alien probe. Like,
right, they didn't say that, though.
But
it is a UFO by definition, right?
Yes, but what they're actually saying is they're actually giving more credence. It's very interesting. The actual meaning of it is that they're saying, we don't know what it was, and so we sat, and this is a genuine theory. Yeah. That it is just, we believe that it might be traveling, and they said the reason why they believe it might be artificial and piloted is that the object had excess acceleration, at an unexpected boost in speed as it traveled through, and as it basically came through our instead of being caught in a gravitational loop of one of our planets, one of our systems, or asteroid belt, it zipped right through, and they feel like that should not have happened.
So this happened over 3 days, right? And there was like
just so happened to catch it,
which is awesome.
Yes,
this is really badass stuff here.
It's very, very interesting, and they said the way that it worked. There's the book series I read called The 3-Body Problem. That whole series, a lot of the ways they figure out how the extraterrestrial objects travel was this thing called a light sail. Which
is that about the bodies of people who research UFOs? Because
that would have been the 3-chinned bodies, which is always a problem.
But
I cannot wait for the body issue of the UFO Digest or whatever.
It's just me and Stanton Friedman on the beach, just sipping drinks, sucking each other's toes. But it's this thick concept called a solar sail.
Okay.
It's obviously, I don't really know what that means. I'm going to try to explain it as much as possible.
Solar sail.
But in 3-Body Problem, they talked about it because a 3-Body Problem, they used a lot of real science. And a part of what they talked about is a thing called solar sail. Now, what they notice is that when the ISS, when it's in space, and various probes in space.
What's the ISS?
The International Space Station.
Oh, okay.
They feel this thing called solar pressure, which is actual physical pressure that comes from the energy given off by the sun.
Okay.
And so they can move things in and out of orbit. Obviously, if you are a scientist, and I am completely butchering this, tell me. But essentially, what a solar sail is supposed to do is, it is a sail. It's a space object, a space shuttle, that is a gigantic thing that catches the solar pressure and uses it to move faster than our normal chemically produced, just like a ship.
Oh, okay.
But they can harness the actual power of the traveling speed of light in order to move faster than conventional chemical
So they're
engines.
saying that this had that.
They're saying that it's possible.
Cool.
That if it did, it could have been moving like that with a solar sail.
Well, I also read something where they were saying this is possible. A outreach vessel sent thousands of years ago from another
Taking
planet.
pictures. Yeah.
Taking pictures.
Being a real Chuck Berry.
God, I hope not.
Curious restaurateur.
Lock your doors. Lock the bathroom door at all times. But that's what they were saying. Maybe this was sent. So does that mean in like a 10,000 years, some alien planet is going to get that stupid Tesla car that Elon Musk shot into space?
Oh, it'll show up somewhere.
It's going to show up somewhere. That's like, what the hell is that?
They're going to be upset.
Yeah, it's just going to be like, this is the strangest thing of all time. This car doesn't even work because no one can even fix the car if it does break.
All I know is that if there are true nuts and bolts aliens out there, if they're coming from another solar system and they have found us, we are fucked. We are done.
They might be here to help, Henry.
They are never
I don't
here
know.
to help. No,
I don't
because,
know.
No.
Why not? Why wouldn't they?
Because we are ants to them. We are a thing. They will come.
What if they're super tiny? What if we were just giants?
I'm just saying this. I think interdimensional aliens, or not that they're coming to help, but they are going to be more of we are just a bunch of a hallucinatory experience to them as we are to as they are to us.
I don't know, man. You got a Mars Attacks Independence
I listened
Day.
to Black Star in its entirety.
I
last
know
night.
you did. But David Bowie, I bet you he thinks they'll be nice because they'll listen to David Bowie and they'll say,
David
these
Bowie,
people are pretty cool.
He wants to fuck it, whatever
Yeah,
it
of
is.
course he does.
That's what he would have liked to have done.
Yes, he
But
probably is doing it right now.
I hope so. I hope he's on fucking Star on Hail Bop.
Oh,
If he just went to Hail Bop,
that would be so shitty though. If you're just
with all
hanging-
those losers.
yeah, just hanging out with Apple White, whatever.
All those
my god,
no-cocked losers.
Oh god, how do I jump off of this?
But this stuff is. I mean, obviously,
Cool.
a lot of scientists are saying that that's horseshit. We don't believe that, but that's because that's their job is to be really upset. Which
Yeah,
I
they're
get.
skeptical by nature. Yeah.
Yes, but if you look up Ikaros, Ekaros, it was a It was already developed solar sail, so it is a
Okay.
technology that can exist.
Okay.
Which is very, 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 very expensive. But we also had that blister of what seemed to be directed telecommunications from somewhere. These radio signals that have also come out that they found recently,
Right.
And they don't know what the hell that is. There's also the I saw a string of events. There's many things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
It's weirdly also with the development of this Space Force, even though it's a
If it ever happens, I don't think that's going to
ding
happen.
dong dum dum idea.
It's already
from
doing
Big
it.
Pants.
I mean, I spoke to a lot of people in NASA at a party. I did. And
Where were you?
No, I was at a party. I go to some high end political parties. You don't even want to know.
Where did you meet NASA
It
people?
was a birthday party for somebody.
Yes.
And they're already doing it. All that Space Force stuff that's already being
it's already
funded
going.
through NASA. So
yeah.
like NASA is really just a cover for all of that. That's why we're not going to the moon anymore. They're actually much more militarized than we think.
No,
which is
it's
quite
all
interesting.
R&D, man. All of it's supposed to be
So they
military.
should. I'm all for Space Force. If Dumpy Dumb Shit didn't propose it, I think we
That's
would be
the only
like,
thing
okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, it
but
makes
it's
me
just
mad.
because the messenger was such an orange puddle of a demon.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking listen to his bullshit, but I will. But I will say it will be very. But it seems to be there's a lot of. I think. I mean, obviously, every one of us have said the same thing. I think it's in terms of. I think that I'll use the millennial gamer term of. It's the eternal hope for the new Duke Nukem game, right? It's the eternal hope for that.
That's always been a disappointing series, from my understanding.
Yes, people have always. Or I don't know what it's one of those games that is. Or was it like Fallout? Some
Fallout.
game that won't come out. There's like an extra. There's some kind of. I don't know. I
why
already
don't you
did this to myself.
Use the analogy of Guns N' Roses with Chinese democracy. But then when it does come out, it resembles that poo-poo in the sky.
But we're all pretty. Everybody's on edge, thinking that it's going to finally be. This is when disclosure will happen. This is
Could
when
be
the government
cool.
will do it. But I don't know. I feel like if anybody is not as if there's any person who's itching to tell us, it's Fat Boy.
Well,
but
honestly, he can't keep his mouth shut, so I don't think they're letting him in the big boy room.
I don't think they're letting him in. The
Yeah, I
big boy
think
room.
that's just like, they're not letting him know what brick to turn to go into the place. So he's just in a library with no books in it, not even realizing
having
why
a great
this room
time. He
exists.
doesn't want to be in there. He doesn't want
I
to be in the
guess.
library.
I don't know.
But there's a couple. I'm trying to find a couple of these. I'm trying to find. There was a series of events that have come up recently that are showing that there's a lot of UFO activity right now.
Okay. Well, you look into that, do a little research, and I will tell you a story. It's a little bit different. This is more of a Ben Kissel story. It takes place in my home state of Wisconsin in the wonderful town of Madison. We used to party quite a bit in Madison. I did a beer bong off, I think, a 15-story dorm building. It was pretty cool. And that was like 11 a.m. That was the start of the day.
Oh God! I did one of those ice luges, one of the shot luges.
Oh my God, with Jägermeister or something.
Yeah, at 11
they'll do
o'clock
that.
in the morning. Ugh.
Wisconsin's the best. So a man in Madison, Wisconsin, now he was arrested, and if you get a chance, check out this dude's mugshot. He is rock and roll. So why was he arrested, you asked? Well, he threw a beer bottle at a bartender, which, okay, that's not good. But
Not
here's
good.
here's
Treat your bartenders well.
absolutely
and tip.
Absolutely. But the reason why, now, let me know if you guys think this guy was out of line or not. So he was rocking out to some Black Sabbath, maybe some Paranoid, God knows what. And then the bartender changed Black Sabbath to a Christmas song.
Oh, buddy.
This is if you're going to play a Christmas song, first of all, you don't turn Sabbath off.
What
no matter
day of
what.
the year was it? That's what I want to know.
The story came out. This is a bit older.
No, that's fine, but I want to know what day of the year. I want to see as long as
this was actually okay. This was December 28th. That's when he was.
You fucking piece
so it
of
was
shit.
after Christmas.
After fucking Christmas.
So I understand.
We're in the middle of Black Sabbath, and you're going to change the fucking step.
It's a bit of an older story, but nonetheless, it's still relevant. So officers came to Farm Tavern Bar. And it was after Christmas over a report of a disturbance and determined the suspect left the bar. An officer spoke to many patrons of the bar and identified the suspect as Christopher Gambick, calling him intoxicated and violent.
Oh.
The 33-year-old was upset when the bartender changed his music. Gamecock, he said, quote, he chugged his glass bottle of Budweiser. I do like that he chugged it first. He is a true Wisconsinite.
He's not going to throw a full bottle. He is going to fucking, because he knows he's going to jail.
So
I feel like you get one last tin.
He chugged his glass bottle of Budweiser beer and slammed it down on the counter. According to the release, he then threw a bottle of beer in the direction of the female bartender's head after he yelled expletives. After he yelled at her a bunch, and other patrons in the bar prevented Gamebick from going behind the counter as he circled the bar with his fist clenched. According to the release, his uncle eventually intervened and directed Gamebick to the door. He left the bar, but pulled down a Christmas tree and broke several delicate ornaments on the way out. So, I mean, honestly, though, a Christmas song after Christmas, I don't care. If you want to like Christmas,
you should never assault anyone.
You should never. But if you are going to like Christmas, that's fine. That's within your right. But please, Lord, if it's after Christmas, now your time is done. I give you the month of December, even though everyone takes November. And they give them November too, by the way. We haven't had Thanksgiving yet, and I'm already hearing Christmas songs. You can't just jump over the holiday.
There's some of us, I'm going to put this out there, are straight up triggered by Christmas.
It's just so much.
If the song was Paul McCartney simply having a wonderful Christmas time,
fucking burn the whole bar down.
Would have been allowed.
Sure.
Burn the whole bar down. I fucking hate this song.
But I'm just saying.
Having a wonderful Christmas time.
Me with a Christmas hat on, covered in blood.
I just don't know why these people this is fine. We're more of a Halloween family here.
We're obviously a Halloween family.
But if you want to like Christmas, we give you all through December. December 26th, though, it's done now and it stops. And there's no Halloween hangover.
No,
the stores
it's over in a second.
When we were going to
Halloween
Heidi Klum's
Day.
Yeah, Halloween Day. We're going to Heidi Klum's Halloween party, which was so awesome. Thank you for inviting us. We were hanging out with Neil Patrick Harris, Orlando Bloom, an Oscar-winning actress, and I didn't recognize anyone, but also. We took
Orlando Bloom's table and he let us have it.
That was the nicest thing ever. We went to a corner of Heidi Klum's party, and we're like, this is where we belong. And then they weren't giving us any of the free booze, and they were like, can we get some? And they said, oh, this is for special guests. But then we realized the special guests were Neil Patrick Harris and Orlando Bloom, and then they just said that you can live like us for a night.
And it was a nice life.
It was incredible. They gave us so much tequila and so much alcohol, so much vodka, and they deliver it with a light underneath the bottle.
Yeah, dude, bottle service, baby.
Like it's the prettiest gal in the ball, and it was just incredible.
But
anyway,
that was great.
So Halloween Day, we're getting all geared up. We're in our Halloween spirit. Dwayne Reed, Walgreens, every place it's a fire sale. Everything must go, and they were just ripping down skeletons.
It was the way they were ripping them down. I was offended,
and it was Halloween Day.
It was arm sweeping the aisles, just like pulling shit off.
Right.
And I was just like, you don't hate it this much.
And you got people leaving up their Christmas trees well through January. I just don't understand why Christmas they get 3 months. Christmas is almost 3 months long.
I have decided it's not having peace with Christmas. I don't know if that, right? I don't
even hate it. I'm just saying honestly, it's Christmas fandom that kind of drives me a little bit nuts. It's like everything else. I like Star Wars. Star Wars fandom drives me a little bit nuts.
But with them, I view it like I have my Halloween. You can have your Christmas exuberance like I have my Halloween exuberance. You can have that.
Right.
I'm not going to take that from you, but it's just like, don't put it in my face. I'm sick of your pride. Christmas pride dancing around. They're going to have these pride flags now just for Christmas. And it's all going to be red and green. Running around just being like, another going to have parades?
There is definitely a parade.
We're fucking just shoving it in my face?
Yep.
Disgusting.
Although the one thing I do think is on the way out is that SantaCon, because I think everyone's realizing it's just everyone's way, way too hammered and it should not exist.
I learned from the dispossessed that the only way to destroy an idea is you have to ignore it.
Yeah, that's actually wonderful, and that's a great advice for what's going on right now in the world.
And also remember that freedom is responsibility. That's also what I learned from The Dispossessed. I finally finished it. It's wonderful. No, freedom is responsibility. It's about the idea that if you want to be free of mind, and it's like, but it's responsible. You have to be responsible to your society. You have to be responsible to yourself.
I like that. That's the most responsible thing you've ever said, and so I appreciate you evolving in that way.
Just look at me.
Because, yes, usually you're just flipping off motorcades.
I fucking will do whatever.
I know. That's the
She's
irony.
lucky I was just flipping them off. But I know for a fact that I can't.
He might not have been in there.
I know that he probably was not, because God, I mean, I don't want to talk about it.
We were talking about this in D.C. You know, the president's motorcade, it has all those cars have his blood in the back, and that's just got to be so gross.
Just sloshing around.
Anyway.
Just all that blood just fucking slapping back and forth in the big jugs. I don't know what it is. You know who fucking won? Riggleman. The Bigfoot, the porn senator. And not senator, not the House of Rep or whatever it was. He fucking won.
He did,
Yeah,
huh?
he's a fucking part of our government now.
Did you have that story?
It's
it's
somewhere here.
This was a story
From last
where
night.
the man, he's a conservative. He's kind of an alt-writer. And this guy was trying to do a gotcha interview and was just like, tell me about
Denver
Bigfoot.
Riggleman.
Denver Riggleman. And the irony is, when he started talking about Sasquatch, despite the fact that I disagree with the vast majority of his politics, it was the most likable thing I've ever seen a politician do.
Yeah,
because he was so into it.
It was the most vulnerable I've seen one of these fucking lizards. And he beat Leslie Cockburn.
That's right. It's going against Cockburn.
We learned about Riggleman in his Bigfoot book in July when Cockburn tweeted out a screenshot from Riggleman's Instagram, and that's what gave him the fucking bump. Democrats are the worst.
She's trying
That's what gave him the bump.
Yeah, she's trying to roast him. She's got to have a little bit of respect for
And
his
guess what
pastimes.
happens? Guess what, man? He flipped the roast. He turned it from like, oh, you think you're roast, but guess what I just made? A beautiful sack of Brussels sprouts
It's
with it.
because when they interviewed him about it, when he went into great detail, when his campaign manager was on the side being like, no, like, dude, don't do it. Stop. But then he knew so much about it that you're like, well, if he at least he's researched into this nonsense. He's
worked
not
really
just
hard on it. He knew his stuff.
He knew his stuff very well. So, all right, well, he's going to
so useless.
So now we got a story. Now this story is actually totally brutal.
This story is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Football player 18 and his little sister, they were allegedly shot by their bedrooms by their mother. The Beggs High School football player was asleep in his bed early on Thursday when his mother, Amy Leanne Hall, fired a bullet into his head, then entered the bedroom of her 16-year-old daughter, Chloe Tolliver, a junior at the same Oklahoma high school, and shot her in the head as well. Authorities say Hall, 39, then fired at her 14-year-old daughter, grazing the girl. And the youngest daughter, who the police are not identifying, escaped to the bathroom where she was later able to convince her mother to turn over the gun.
This is like some Shining stuff. This is all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy stuff. This is totally crazy. And if you get a chance, check out the mugshot of this 39-year-old. She is horrifying.
She is fucking mean looking.
So what?
They don't know what happened. They don't know what happened. She ended up in a 4-hour chase with the police
in a car
chase. She left. They finally got her. She's not entered a plea yet. According to the probable cause affidavit obtained by People magazine, Hall initially told police she didn't know why she shot her kids. She allegedly said she thought she was defending them from her estranged husband. And some part of me thought I was saving them.
We just covered possessions on last podcast proper. This seems like it could almost fall into that kind of world. Obviously, she was having some kind of mental break. She was possessed by something.
She She said there was something inside of her that for some reason she thought that because she had a restraining order against her husband who threatened to kill her kids.
So how bad?
She decided to kill them. She killed them first. So is what she decided to do.
What is that saving them? There are some people who do this kind of stuff. This is like cult activity and stuff like that.
Andrea Yates felt the same exact thing, felt she was saving them. It's all an excuse in the end. It's essentially just excuse to say that's why I killed them, because it really just comes down to some weird psychosis. I mean, there's something eternally about like kind of like the way animals eat their kids.
Sure.
Like, it's very strange, but normally it's when they're very, very young. So it's very strange that we can just flip on our kids. It's a strange suicidal impulse.
Right.
Because I think it's the human need to destroy themselves. It's the Thanatos principle. I just hope when the young podcasters come for us, guess what, man?
You want what?
They're gonna have quite a fight in their hands.
I hope so.
You think I'm fucking weak? You think I'm fucking weak? You want to come for me? You want to try to come for me?
They've seen you planking, so if the fight involves you just having to stand very, very still, you're tough.
No,
You'll destroy them. But when it comes to the 14-year-old...
You've never seen my tornado punch.
No, I haven't seen that yet. When it comes to the 14-year-old, this is going to lead to some really interesting freshman in college stories. It just reminds me of, what was it, the Halloween? Was it Rob Zombie's Halloween?
What?
The second one where it was like the niece. There was the younger girl where it's like her life is haunted and she lost her whole family. And then, but she's like a goth chick and then she's super cool. And
Yes.
Like this 14-year-old's a hero.
Yes,
so
but her life's fucked.
Well,
for a while,
it's
or
gonna
it's
be really
cool.
Or really cool. It can go either way.
It's hard because hopefully she's getting the reach out that she needs, but she's going to get the therapy she needs because you need a fucking a pile of that because you have to figure out how do you decide whether or not you're going to have a relationship with your mother. Whether you
Oh
decide
my
you can
God!
do any of that
What do you
shit.
do there? I think I'm gonna. Well, I need a cooling off moment. That's number one. I'm just gonna need at least a couple of days.
Yep.
I don't know if you have a relationship with your mother at that point after murdering both of your siblings.
But you could maybe
That-
she goes into. I imagine in my mind that there would be some form of maybe drugs involved. There's going to be something that's involved in this that where I feel like when she sits in jail for a little while and she's going to go, oh, that was a bit of a mistake. And
Wait, what did she do? A bunch of mescaline or something?
I don't know. But all of a sudden, at the end of this, she's just like, oh, what did I do wrong? I did bad. And then you have to like figure
an
out like
apology.
what you've done, maybe an apology.
Yeah.
Sometimes an apology is giving an apology is the hardest part of it all.
Yeah, and accepting an apology is equally difficult sometimes.
Yes.
Okay, well, there it is. That's the saddest true crime story of the week, and
Yes.
the most brutal. And it's always horrible when the caretaker, the mother that's supposed to care for their children,
Mommy, don't
murders
kill
them.
me. Mommy, don't kill me.
Definitely
That's what
do
I did.
not.
That's a song I sing to my mom when I go home. For any time when I'm home, I go, "Mommy, please tonight, don't you kill me now. Oh, mommy, don't tonight."
She's trying to do it like she did to that dog. She's just trying to give you so much food that you die young.
Hey, death by chocolate. I love that ice cream.
It's not bad.
I had some chocolate ice cream with pig's blood in it.
What?
Yeah, the salt and
When?
straw, the super hipster fucking ice cream. I went in there. Oh, and then
How the hell did that mistake happen?
it was fucking. They did it. It was for Halloween. They mixed.
Was it
pig's
real
blood.
pig's blood?
Yes. It
That's
was like-
not even legal.
It looked like okay. The only way to describe it is who here has seen Two Girls One Cup? You've seen it, right?
Yeah, of course. But apparently it was a fake video. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, it's fake. It was like chocolate doo doo. It was a fake doo doo that was
Something
inside
like-
the girl's beehole because of all
Honestly,
that
Two
shit
Girls,
coming
One
out.
Cup, those actors or Human
all dead
Centipede.
now.
You haven't heard from the Human Centipede actors ever again or them.
Well, Human
Unfortunately.
Centipede, they went dark.
Yeah.
They went dark on their careers. They kind of bowed out. I think
Yeah.
it was a little difficult for them. Once you're
Yeah.
eating Duke on camera, it's like
fake.
hard.
It was fake.
It's hard.
We were thinking about this. You can go into your pig ice cream blood story in a second, but we were thinking about this the other day. They didn't even know when they were shooting Human Centipede they didn't really know what they were getting into.
No.
And they never spoke with Dieter.
Poor actors are just doing whatever, man.
Yeah, and they never spoke with Dieter Laser. The only time they saw him was on set, so they really were horrified.
Must have
And
been so scared of
but
him.
they thought that this was going to be their big break, and then it
never is.
It was kind of.
It never is.
But
I'm
then
going
it-
to tell you that as an actor, it never is your big
well, if you
break.
listen, if you're out there and you were an actor in Human Centipede, you guys did a great job.
honestly, please come on the show. We'll
Yeah.
fucking talk to you about the process.
We'll
Because
cast you in something if we can.
I'd love to because
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, it's like you worked very hard. That's a very difficult job.
It was very difficult.
Incredibly difficult.
It was good acting.
Unfortunately, that movie was edited poorly, and I liked Human Centipede 2 better, but they brought one of the girls back.
Yes, the other
Centipede
two.
2.
The other two, I think, had PTSD, and then they probably fired their managers, and then
And then they were just out there forever.
yeah, then you just go back to Iowa and work at a phone bank or something.
Just something innocent, something
Yeah,
nice,
something
something
nice,
that's
something
not the
nice.
horrible business that is show business.
So you're just eating ice cream filled with pig's blood.
But the
now.
way to describe it is that it was sort of a grayish brown, and it looked just like the shit that they were eating in Two Girls One Cup. Like it looked just like that shit.
Well, why did you buy that then?
Because I was curious. I'm a curious boy. How many times have I said this? I'm curious. I want to see what it's like. And so
How much was it?
Oh, it was quite expensive. It was like $13 for like a little like 2 scoops. It was quite a bit. It was like fucking rip. It was filled with blood.
Yeah.
And so as I'm eating it, it's very interesting because they covered it with the chocolate. They said the last year they had done it once before, and they had done it, and you could really taste the blood. Ugh. And then this, as you eat it, it's like you get like a little kick. It was like savory. It was like
I would assume so. Isn't it
cream.
like metallic?
A little bit.
And then what else is blue? They say
it's irony.
Irony, yeah.
It's irony. It's a little bit. It's got a little bit of like an awfully with the OFFAL. It's got a little bit of that kick, and it gives you a buzz. That's what I like about awful, because awful and all that stuff. When you eat the guts, it's truly representing the power that we have over the food chain, and you feel that sort of predator buzz.
Well, you have some interesting theories on food. That's why you still eat octopuses.
I don't.
By the way.
I'm off of octopus.
You're off of octopus.
I'm done with octopus.
We had some octopus at that not very
squid,
good restaurant.
Calamari squid.
Oh, squid.
Squid can't think.
Squid got a brain.
No, fuck that. Fuck a squid.
But you're done with octopuses.
I'm done.
And by the way, it is octopus. It's not octopi.
No, it's true. That's true. Yeah, octopuses. I'm done with them. Because number one, I had a bad bump with the octopus. I ate octopus head. I ate the whole brain out of it, and it always made me throw up because it was a flavor profile I wasn't expecting. And
because it's the brain of an octopus.
Anything's edible. And so I was trying it, and I felt straight. It just didn't taste good. I got sick.
Well,
and then now I just kind of, they are too smart. And then the problem is it does dip into pigs, but unfortunately pigs are very smart too. They're just too fucking tasty for me to not eat.
If I had to stop eating a meat, I would stop eating pork because I love little pigs and I want a little pot belly myself. All right. So interesting, Henry. I'm going to say I think that pig's blood and ice cream probably shouldn't go together, but I'm happy that you got to experience that. And if you are disgusted out there, if you are disgusted and you give to our Patreon and then you're thinking, oh, maybe we don't want to give to our Patreon anymore because of Henry's eating habits, which has happened in the past, Marcus and I are totally normal. And I will stop eating pork.
You're almost too normal. You would never want to come on a culinary adventure with me.
No, because you eat brains of octopuses.
But sometimes it's fun to do.
No, it's never fun to do.
What are you talking about? It's so much fun.
Well, all right. I'll go on one adventure with you.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Is it an actual promise?
It's an actual promise.
Because we will.
I will go eat whatever you order.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, Ben?
The weirdest thing I've ever probably like liver and stuff like that. Like when I was in Germany growing up, which I did not like liver. It's far too.
You ever had pate?
Yeah, I've had pate and stuff like that. Yeah, it's fine.
It's tasty.
I had bone marrow. It's fine.
You got to eat
just
it
not
right.
Food.
I got to show you how to do it.
Yeah, I know.
They're hors d'oeuvres.
And I've never eaten fancy, so-called fancy food. Which, by the way, also there's a Venn diagram of like being super poor food, and then but when
being
fancy
co-opted
people eat
by fancy people.
Yeah, then they're like, oh no, this is very fancy now. It's like, no, it's really not. This is like what you're. This is
it's the garbage meat. It's all the garbage shit. Yeah.
So I always want food after I eat something like that actually makes me feel like I'm satisfied.
Yeah,
bone marrow is not food.
It's
what dogs eat.
It's a perfect hors d'oeuvre because it gets your esophagus and your guts all oiled up with the fats, and so that the food that you want can just slide right on in so much faster.
I'm a Wisconsin boy. Just give me some cheese. Good cheese. All right, final story. Let's go to Antarctica. Now, this story is really quite funny because, of course, it has something to do with the movie The Thing.
Yes.
So this is an attempted murder, and it happened in Antarctica when a Russian scientist reportedly snapped and allegedly tried to stab a colleague to death because the victim kept, that's the optimal word here, kept giving away the endings of books.
This isn't fucking this is obviously a long fight.
Yeah. It's not just like accidentally being like, oh, yes, you got to read the end of it. Oh, I can't believe it becomes a spider. It is like he consistently saw, was like, oh, what you reading there?
Oh, yeah?
And then it was just and then I guarantee you, he quickly read it. It was just like, yeah, you want to know something? And then he just I mean, I
tell you, everybody who's died, it's like, Dobby dies at the end of this one. like, what? What the fuck?
This is another.
Dobby?
The dude, so Sergei Savitsky had been trying to use literature to pass, these are lonesome months over there, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Horny scientists.
His colleague, Oleg Belgazov. We'll call him Oleg. Was making it impossible to enjoy his hobby. This is what he said. An unnamed source said this. He said he kept telling him the endings of books before he read them. And so on October 9th, the 55-year-old Savinsky finally had enough and allegedly plunged a kitchen knife into the chest of the 52-year-old and it wounded part of his heart. Now that I think about
He fucking
it,
was asking for it.
yeah, kind of was asking for
He's
it.
asking for it. That's what happens.
So the men
You're all caught in that fucking little room, or in these little scientist rooms.
Oh, total nightmare.
You're
so
fucked.
Apparently, the men previously had spent 4 frigid years working together at the facility. Officials said that while the reading dispute was the final straw, the close confinement in the camp on remote Antarctica played a role in
Yes.
fueling the attack. I definitely believe that. So this is according to Deputy Director of the Arctic and Antarctic Research Institute. His name is Alexander Klepkakov.
Perfect.
And nailed it.
Perfectly
He said, quote, "They are both professional scientists who have been working in our expeditions, spending year-long seasons at the station. It is down to investigators to figure out what sparked the conflict, but both men are members of our team." So they're still together.
Scientists are ornery.
I believe that.
They can be, or not all the time, because we have our friends like Ellie Brown and stuff. She's very sweet and she's not ornery. But I actually don't. I've never seen her while she's working.
No.
I don't know what she's like when she's working.
So why is it so important, these books? Because all they have is workers can spend time flipping between 2 Russian channels, exercising at a gym, or reading in the research library. So this is the only option he has.
This guy's. he was fucking asking for it. He
kinda
told him to
was.
stop.
Yeah, I'm sure he requested that he stop.
He told him to stop.
Yeah.
It comes down to a point. What can he do? And it's not that I don't think that violence is necessarily always the answer, but sometimes it's the only way you can get a guy to just shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm sure that Oleg thought it was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
know?
Just like laughing every time because that's how he entertained himself.
I mean, also though, you just got to read these books faster than Oleg. If you see him reading something, you better get that book, burn through it, and ruin the ending for him.
Or you just understand that, hey man, sometimes it's not about the fucking ending. Sometimes it's about the journey. It's understanding, and it's reading the descriptions and living in the world. You don't need to be surprised all the time.
Yeah. Why do scientists have to go to Antarctica?
We got to go up there.
Yeah.
That's where we keep all the ancient evil viruses.
Yeah, that's where the
okay.
Nazis are holding their final compound for the Fourth Reich.
All right.
You remember.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
remember from the reading.
Yeah, of course.
We're in Dallas, and so quickly I just will bring up Dr. Death, Christopher
course.
Dunch, who is a fucking guy. That podcast series is very good. But my one thing with the podcast series, so Chris Dunch was a...
Chris Dunch.
Chris
Dunch.
Dunch is a spine surgeon who killed 2 people in surgery and maimed...
Like 4.
maimed 4.
Well, was
and
this on purpose?
It was like 25.
Oh, for real?
It was
Okay.
many, many, many people.
He killed these 2 people on purpose.
We don't know.
Because
It was-
that's a hard surgery. I
if
would
you
assume.
listen to the Dr. Death podcast, it really lays the whole thing out. He had a really bad drug problem. He was an incompetent doctor, and he just sort of it kind of went out of control. And then he just was filled with hubris and would never let anybody tell him that he needed help or he needed to stop. And so he kept going and kept going. And he was just doing horrible shit. He was drilling holes into people's body. He left a sponge in a guy's neck. He fucking just removed whole discs. He did all of this shit. People were like, fucked up. It was like a serial killer doing this shit. And so, but the one thing that I don't like about the Dr. Death podcast that I will say that I feel is a true crime thing in total, which is it's why we are a third in the world of true crime, right? As last podcast and all.
Right, we got aliens, we got some ghosts,
all of our shit and conspiracy theory and all stuff. But a part of it is I don't like justice porn. Because at the end of the podcast, he's and then you can hear the clanking of the jail doors. And doing the thing where they're finally talking about whatever. Because I don't mean to bust it, but he's in court right now.
Someone's going to stab you.
Yeah.
you better be justice porn. I think that's just called justice, I think.
But I think it's this, people listen to true crime because then they want to have the thing is and then they got the bad guy and then everything's
that's
fine.
good. That's a good part of the
I guess
show.
it's
There's a guy out there doing the same thing right now who hasn't been caught.
and I hope they get him.
I guess it's just narratively satisfying, though. I mean,
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I'm just content.
You just want the bad guy to go free.
I just Star Wars, for me, I wish it was about Darth Vader and his struggle.
Honestly, I would love to see that.
The administration headaches, the fires you got to put out all the time,
Very
running the
difficult.
empire, that's very, very intense.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
actually, there, the hospital that he worked at is about 15 miles away from where we are right now.
Is that where they took Kennedy? Same hospital when he was shot here?
You're
'Cause
just
we're-
naming random Kennedy
No, I
things.
think
No, JFK. We're
No,
right
no.
by
I
Dealey
I remember
Plaza.
JFK. You remember the whole thing?
No, because the hospital he worked at is in Plano. I think the hospital JFK went to is in Dallas proper.
Oh, okay.
But they put a Dr. Death billboard next to the hospital that he worked at.
Oh,
They're roasting it. They
They were
roasted
roasting
the hospital.
and
Yeah,
then
of
the
course, they let him
hospital
go.
very surreptitiously got it taken down through Clear Channel. But
Yeah, those
That's
pieces of shit let him
hilarious.
operate for a long time because none of them wanted to stick their neck out because all these doctors are afraid of. The hospitals are afraid to get sued by doctors, and the doctors are afraid to get sued by other doctors.
Right,
and
one
right.
of the
They
one
can't
of the
be
deaths,
complicit.
one of the deaths, I think her name was Kelly Martin. The coroner designated the death a therapeutic misadventure,
Oh, that's a hell of a nice way to
Hell
say
of a
murder.
place. Yeah, hell, yeah.
Really nice.
which is basically a way of saying like the doctor killed her, but like lay off
Yeah.
the guy. He's had a hard.
He's
yes,
not
he's stressed.
Mr. Toad. He's
Yeah.
he's a fucking spine doctor.
They were
It is not
shooting-
him and his funny jalopy
Yeah, what
with
is-
his fucking mixed up friends and shit.
That's
it's not
incredible.
a misadventure.
No.
To kill somebody in spine.
Right.
It's not a spaghetti incident. It's,
It's
like
not. It is
All
not.
right,
Unless
well-
spaghetti was involved.
Yeah.
And he literally did just drop a whole plate of spaghetti in there, and then it is a Dom DeLuise related murder.
That's not the place you want to be. Well, Dallas is the place you want to be.
If you want to see our show tonight,
Yep, we got our show coming up tonight.
we
and
got
we're
some
gonna be-
tickets coming out. I think this will be released after the show is already going.
So I'm sure the show was a massive success. Thanks for everyone who came out.
I'm here. I'm already. Yes, exactly. The show is
Yep.
over. I've collected my roses that have been thrown
Oh,
on.
yes, they always send us
the
roses.
encore.
Right.
Encore.
I am sorry for booking us in the hotel from the Max Payne video games. By the
we
way,
are in that. It
is an
we
interesting
are in a horrible
hotel.
We're in a terrible hotel.
But that's fine. I had a chance to walk around Dallas, and it's wonderful. And seeing the Dealey Plaza was quite interesting.
Oh, the Dealey
and
Plaza.
the grassy knoll. And there's a lot of history here. We had a great time in Dallas.
But we had fun. Again, if you have stories you want to send us, we're going to be going through these two. The side stories, lpotl@gmail.com. Again, that's side stories.
Uh-oh.
Side stories,
Mm-hmm.
LPOTL@gmail.com.
That's right.
Yeah, we got that coming out. You can also follow Last Podcast on the Left and LP on the Left and all the fucking bullshits. And you know what I'm going to do right here? There's a lot of podcasts there are a lot of podcasts out there. They don't tell you what to do. Right?
Yeah,
They don't
right.
tell you what to do.
No, they don't.
They don't give you advice. They don't give you out there. They don't tell you
No,
what
there's
to
no
do.
advice podcasts out there
There's
at all.
none. I've
No,
never
no, I
heard
don't
of
think
that.
there's a
No
whole
one tells you
genre.
to do.
No.
If you want to come and listen to a podcast that can really say that we are, and this is great advice,
Right.
that you should live, right? Mm-hmm. Big advice. Laughter is
Right.
the best medicine.
Well, medicine's the best medicine, but yeah.
Laughter, but because of healthcare and the crisis, the healthcare
If
crisis
you have
in this
cancer, you don't
country,
just like laugh it off because that's
there's
psychotic.
a lot of people who have to do it, and I suggest that you do it. Because Patch Adams, he doesn't need a doctorate.
Didn't work.
He didn't need to have a doctorate.
He
just
was
made
a
people laugh.
doctor.
And I want you to love.
Good.
And there's a lot of things. Because what do you, Kissel, this week? What's the thing that you love the most this week?
Right. Well, this week I'm loving Texas.
Very nice.
I loved all of the country bars we went to. I loved the country band that we saw. What were they called? The Drunken Gizzards or something like
That's
that?
what we were calling ourselves. So we were telling
yeah.
them for them to call
I
us
bought
that.
their T-shirt. They were wonderful.
I love the sliders we had there.
The sliders were great.
That's what I loved.
This Dallas, actually, the area that we were in, it reminded me a little bit of Nashville. There was a
little bit.
bunch of live music, so I loved that.
A little bit.
Yeah,
A little
I
bit.
love good old country
A little bit.
music.
So I love
when
that.
when it's authentic.
I love my life.
Good. All right, everyone, and we love you.
So no one ever tells you what to do. So go out there and you do that. No one else has catchphrases either. So we're the only ones who do that.
There's
too.
a lot of people with catchphrases.
We're the only ones who have a catchphrase.
I don't know what.
Live laughing and loving, farting, screwing, and dancing.
Okay, hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
Magustalations. We'll talk to you soon.
Mommy, don't you kill me. Mommy, don't you kill me.
It's a great reminder. Hey there, Ben Kissel here for Last Podcast Network. I want to tell you about my show, Abe Lincoln's Top Hat. For more than 9 years, Marcus and I have strived to present you with the most accurate and honest political podcast out there. In these turbulent times, it's our intention to unite the country with impassioned debate that reaches out to the rational Americans who find their voices more muffled every day. Every week, I use my political science background, my experience running for office, along with my lifelong passion to stand up for the downtrodden, the wrongfully accused, and the invisible man and woman to bring you news like you haven't heard before. Let's face it, traditional news has failed us. We promise to always tell you the truth the best we see it, and I personally guarantee to not be swayed by hyperpartisanship, but be guided by facts. To listen, search Abe Lincoln's Top Hat on any podcast platform or go to lastpodcastnetwork.com and find it under shows. Hail yourselves, everyone!